Hello, it's Lydia, and I look kinda a mess, but we're gonna roll with it because I'm tired, and that's life, baby. But I wanted to do a little bit on update on my crocheting progress, and especially because I've been making some crochet hanger covers, and I wanted to do not exactly a tutorial because I don't really think that I'm necessarily accomplished enough to be claiming that I can teach anyone anything, but more so a documentation of my progress. So what I'm going to use is this 8mm crochet hook, which is the smallest that I have at the moment. And I learned the hard way that like all my projects that I've been trying to do, all these crochet hanger covers that I've been trying to make, don't really work with this size needle and like thin yarn. So I had some thin yarn that I was trying to use and it was just like not good. So I'm gonna use this thick yarn, which I found works a lot better. I've made like a few already, and I've just been covering these wire hangers because clothes slips off, and I'm not like fancy enough to go out and buy a bunch of nice hangers. So I'm going to cover these with yarn, and the overall result is probably going to be more expensive than if I were to just throw all these out and buy new hangers because yarn's expensive. But at least it's, you know, some activity to do with my hands to fill that void. The other things that you need if you're following along: scissors to cut the yarn, and like a big ol' yarn needle to sew in your ends. Anyways, if you're like an experienced crochet person, you're probably gonna be like cringing throughout this whole thing and be like, oh my word, she's doing it wrong. Oh, what is she doing? She's okay. Feel free to get pissed off. Feel free, feel free to get mad. Feel free to comment in the comments like, you absolute dingus. Like, what are you doing? I think that you should be doing it this way. That's not what a double stitch crochet is. That's not correct. Feel free to yell at me in the comments, and I mean, it's all engagement to me if I get any. So yeah, I guess I'll go get one of the ones I already finished and show you. Woo! Okay, so these are a few of my finished hangers. I tied a little bow on this one and try to be cute and use up like an extra scrap of yarn. Yay. I think this one turned out really nice. I like the shape of the hanger. I think it's really cute. It's a bigger boy. Ooh. So, if you're a seasoned crochet person, you know that you start with a little slip knot, boy. And then you got a chain. Back on the chain, gang. And so for this tutorial that I found on Pinterest, which I'll link the actual person to give them credit, but I don't know what they're called. And it's like a little blog site. You just gotta chain, like, I think it said 110, but that was for plastic hangers. And I've been finding that around 90 is more appropriate for the wire hangers because it'd be too long otherwise. So chaining is just like, woo. Oof. Oof. It's weird because I'm like holding it at an awkward angle. And I don't really even know. Counting might not even be that important for this, just because you can just chain for a while and then like hold it up to the hanger and see if you'll have enough coverage. So just every once in a while check. So then you don't have to be super like anal about counting everything. But yeah, just chain for a while. And obviously if you care more than I do right now, you can be more precise, and that would probably lead to a better overall outcome. But just doing a quick little video to update my progress. And yeah, got a good chain going on. And how you know you're crocheting, so you get these fun little V's. All these fun little V's. Happy little V's. So switching to a slightly less flattering angle, just to get closer to this beautiful handiwork of mine. You can see how awkwardly my hands move, and if you're a seasoned crochet veteran, you can make fun of me, please, in the comments. What I am going to do now is crochet for a while, do a little time-lapse video with my iPhone 11, because I'm so freaking cool. No, I'm not. I don't like consumerism. Okay, so after that, I've got like, I think, long enough, because I'm just measuring it out here, this hanger, and it looks like that'll be perfect. I don't know how many I chained, because I'm a bad girl and I wasn't counting. Okay, so for the next step, I'm going to chain 2 more actually, because then we use those as our like turning chains. I don't fully understand this, so I'm gonna show my ignorance. We're supposed to skip, like chain in on the 3rd, or like go in on the 3rd chain to do our, as we continue, like we're gonna skip the first 2 and then go in here. And I know there's a reason for that. I'm a little novice and I didn't attempt to understand. I'm just doing what they've told me. So I guess whenever we're starting, we go in just one of the loopy boys, and just come in. We do the, now we've got 2 loopy boys, and then we just loop out the loopy boys. Woo. And then, whoop. Oof, okay. And then go in the next guy. Man, this probably looks so weird because my hands are like all in the way. I'm a bad teacher, but I'm not really trying to teach you. I'm just trying to show what I've learned. So, come back out. And then pull a little guy through. Go in the next guy. Whoop. And a whoop. And then he's getting like a little loopy guy. None of those things that I said just now are words, but yeah, just a matter of looping and swooping and looping and swooping. Aren't you glad I'm not a crochet teacher? Because who knows what a loop and a swoop is. See that is V? I'm gonna go in. Rappy boy. Oof. now we've got our first little bloopy boy. And so I'm just gonna chain 2 more and then flip my project. And then now we start doing a double crochet stitch, double stitch. So for that, or no wait, no, I'm going crazy. A single crochet. This is called single crochet. I get so confused because there's single and double crochet in the US terminology, and then there is the double and treble crochet, and this really mixed me up because what I thought I was supposed to be doing is just going in 1 loop for single crochet, but for single crochet, as far as I know, you're actually going in both. You want both those loops because you can see you've got all these V's and you insert into both of them after skipping those first 2 for the turning. So these guys are for turning. Go in here and pull through both. Now you've got the 2 loops, and then you pull through those. And then you go in both of these, pull through, and yeah, so it's getting more like that. Go in. So you can see I got my nice long crochet thing. And now that I have this, it's a good width, I can sew it onto the hanger. So to do that, oof, don't stab my boob. Okay. So to finish it off, gotta pull this boy through and yeah, tighten that. And then you need to have enough yarn to use on the end here to be able to sew it in. So what I usually do is like pull it all out like this till I've got like a good extra bits, and then cut it, and then look, I've got all this to work with. Fun stuff. And then I've watched a few tutorials on weaving in your ends, so I'm gonna weave this boy in. Here we go. And okay, this is one of those things where I'm really self-conscious about my technique because it's probably not up to snuff, but you know what? It's been working good enough, and honestly, I'm not too worried about this coming unraveled because it's like a hanger. How much like stress is it going to be put under? So the tutorial I saw is just basically sewing the end into here and going up and over so that it's nice and snuggle. So like just jabbing this guy through these, sticking the needle in there and just pulling it through. So see it disappearing into there and then going back down. jab it in, and pull it through. And then to make sure it's extra secure, do it another time. Don't break your needle. Okay. And then this time, I'm gonna go in. Okay. Come on down. Okay. And pull it really tight, and then pull it super tight, cut it, and then you stretch it back out, and that little foozy end disappears in. So then you have none of that weird end thing. But we want this long end, because now we're gonna sew this bad boy onto the hanger. So I'm just wrapping it around like so, and then gonna just insert my little needle. And there's like this stitch that I like doing for sewing, which just to like, I used to sew as a kid, and I find that like it's nice when you like loop it through. And I'm sure this has like an actual name if you are a good like little seamstress and you know your sewing terms. But I just find that, I don't know, I like doing that. I think it looks nice rather than just going like looping over every time. Just, I don't know, it's an extra thing that I do, and I think it's probably good. So like, pull it out, then go in here and pull all the way through. Make sure it's not looped around anything. And then, yeah, just pull it tight. Find sometimes the yarn gets really like tangledy weird, but that's life, baby. Okay, so like go through, put it under, and it looks like so weird when I do it, but yeah. So then I've just got this guy, and whoop, and see what that does is makes this nice like loop 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 type edge that I just think looks kind of nice. Okay, so I've done it again, and what I've done, I keep making it too long, and I think that's just because I don't know. I keep making it too long, but I have a fun idea, is that I'll just make it a little, I don't know, tail. I'll just make it like a little boop deer. Like I'll just sew it down this way. And then it'll just be like a fun little design. Like maybe we can pretend it's not a mistake. But I keep doing that where I keep chaining too much at the beginning, and it's just a little piece of work. So yeah, but it'll work out. It still like will be functional, and maybe I can just make it a fun little design. We can pretend that I planned to make it this way. Okay, so I finished, and I didn't show the weaving in the ends again, but I don't know, I didn't show that. But I guess I just kind of like, I ended up with all this extra, and I did the wrappy around thing, and I just sewed it down here and then weaved in the end of the yarn like I did in the last time. This one, it's unique. I've got this fun little strip. Figure, say you're hanging out, put your OOTD outfit of the day on this hanger. You could like stick the earrings in there or something. I don't know. I probably won't use this functionally, but it looks kind of okay. This one's not as, I still think this one's my favorite because I was very neat with having the hem all stay on the edges, whereas with this one, once I like sewed this all in, it got kind of funky and the stitches are not as like nice and they kind of twist. And overall, it's unique. Thank you for coming along on this hanger time with me as we're taking account, as we're working on learning how to crochet. Now that I can make those, I could have those be a Christmas gift. I know plenty of people in my family like those. But then I also want to learn how to make like Afghans and more scarves. And I think that'll be fun. Poke a needle in my eye. No, I won't do that.